time for World Building Wednesdays. But first, apparently we're going to reconnect, and then we're going to reconnect with some coffee. How y'all doing out there in Twitchland and or YouTubeville today? What is good up there in Mountain Town, Mr. Ben?
Oh, not too bad. I'm just glad we haven't had any snow recently.
Yeah.
We got some on Friday, and that was the last time we got some, and it's mostly melting away now.
Well, for what it's worth, we haven't gotten any. Not that I expect that to be surprising, but, you know.
I'd be worried if you got some.
Yeah, the way the idiots around here fucking, yeah.
Do you think the drivers in Texas were bad when they got snow?
Yeah, I imagine that would probably also be true. I've never been there when it was snowing, so I wouldn't know, but yeah, I was out in Daytona one time.
I saw it on the news.
Was out in Daytona one time. There were a couple of flakes in the sky. Like, they weren't even lasting long enough to hit the ground. Just flakes in the sky. And people just lost their fucking minds entirely. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So you got my text about the band's announcement, right?
Yeah. Bastards.
In all fairness, Red Aggro is kind of ruling Pauper lately.
Yeah, even without it. I mean, I'm not honestly upset about the ban. But
there are currently 3 decks in Pauper, and then variants of those different deck styles. And then every other deck just really can't compete. So they're trying to hit the biggest deck to try and make more variety.
yeah, it's understandable. It was the number one deck in format even without Swift Spear. Reprinting Swift Spear at Common was probably a mistake. Like, I don't know who thought that was going to be a good idea, but...
It looks like they support Pauper.
I mean, they support Pauper more than any of the other community-made ones.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Pauper is actually on Modo, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Unlike
Yes,
Pioneer.
Pioneer's on Magic Online.
Oh, okay. Which one is it that isn't then?
Historic? Speaking of Pioneer, there were bans for Pioneer too.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Anything I have to worry about? I doubt it.
No, Karn, the great creator, got banned.
Actually, it would not surprise me if Kithian ended up getting hammered.
He's not even on the... wasn't even on the discussion list.
No, just in terms of, like, hey, Rick! Hey, fuck you!
So Pioneer, Karna, the great creator, was banned.
That's the brand new one, right?
Yeah, he's a 4 mana, 5 loyalty, static ability of a Null Rod, so activated abilities of artifacts your opponent's control can't be activated. And then the ability everyone uses is the reason why he was banned is his -2. You may choose an artifact you outside the game or in exile, reveal it and put it into your hand.
Yeah, that's problematic.
That ability got him banned. Like, it's surprising how bad that ability was in this format. Because, like, it's a wish. It's basically just an artifact wish.
Yep.
Modern has a wish, and it's basically unplayable, except for you.
Modern has many, many wishes, actually.
I thought Wish proper was just glittering. I thought all the others were too old for Modern.
I know some of them are, but I think there's a couple others. I could be wrong, but
and then they banned the reasoning why they banned Karn, the Great Creator, is because people's sideboards were becoming one copy of, like, each card was one copy, so it was 15 different cards, and each card just solved one deck that the deck could run into, and Karn would just, I grabbed this card that fucks over your Reanimator deck. You can't play anymore. Good game.
Yeah, Glittering Wish does not have that kind of versatility in what it can grab. Like, artifacts, that's a problem, because there's an artifact to hate on any deck you can build.
Yeah, and so sideboards stopped being used as sideboards and just started being used as, well...
Wish boards.
Karn Wish boards. They banned a new card from the newest set, Geological Appraiser.
And yet still not the problem card. Which was standard, not Pauper, right? Or Pioneer.
No, this is Pioneer.
What's Geological Appraisers do?
4 mana, 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, discover 3. Discover is Cascade.
Okay. Like, it's actually Cascade, just a new keyword for it?
It is Cascade. You reveal cards from the top of your library until you discover a card of CMC equal or less than the number for discover. Then you can cast it without paying its mana cost, or you can put it into your hand.
Oh. So it's better in that it can go into hand also, but it's worse in that equal or less than.
Well, it was equal or less than before, except Cascade was always equal or less than creatures' casting cost. Geological Appraiser's a 4 and discovers for a 3. And they don't necessarily have to do that. There's a 4-drop Planeswalker that discovers 4. And a land that discovers 5. The problem is Geological Appraiser would basically, it allowed a combo deck to combo off on turn 3. And basically win the game on turn 3 fairly reliably. By cascading into things that cascade into other things that cascade into other things, then oh look, you're dead.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And so they got rid of Geological Appraiser and kept the others, because those others cannot really cascade off their combo until turn 5 is the reliable one. And by then decks have the disruption to possibly deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, turn 5 combo is not a problem.
Well, they still can do turn 4, but even then, difference between turn 3 and turn 4 is pretty big.
Yeah.
But here's the biggest one. Smuggler's Copter, unbanned.
Oh. That was the... I remember it being big when we were in Kaladesh, and we were both actually playing at that point.
Yeah, it was a card that there were 36 of them in top 8 in the Pro Tour that year.
Yeah.
That's a 2-mana, 3/3 flying vehicle. Whenever it attacks or blocks, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Crew 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a colorless loot vehicle that's a 3/3.
And it flies.
Their argument is that the power level of cards has risen enough in Pioneer. They do not believe that Smuggler's Copter is going to be a broken thing in the format with how the power has risen. Which I get. We'll see. Modern Fury is banned. So one of those 2 elemental things that are free spells that you just exile stuff from your hands to cast. One of the 2 is banned. I think I understand why they picked Fury. I would have preferred them picking Grief.
But you know they would have gotten so much grief over that.
So Fury is deal 4 divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and/or planeswalkers. And its cost is exile a red card from your hand. Whoopty freaking do.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely powerful, but I don't think it's game-breaking.
Well, their problem was that they basically, if they didn't ban both, they were going to run into some issues. Fury's issue with the way it's affecting the metagame is when you build your deck, you have to ask yourself, do my creatures have toughness 3 or have toughness 3 or less? If that answer is yes, that creature is shit. Don't bother playing it. That's what Fury was doing to the metagame. Creatures that were small and weak, they're unplayable. You can't put them in your deck because Fury will just 2-for-1 you on them. It made every deck just mid-range.
Lightning Bolt. Like,
Lightning Bolt isn't free.
No, I know, but it's the same. Like, it's not like you never were concerned about making sure your creatures had more than 3 toughness before Fury, is what I'm saying. Like,
Lightning Bolt also doesn't turn into a 3/3 double striker later in the game. I mean, Fury was just so toxic to tiny creatures that decks basically stopped running them for a while. I think, however, I understand why they took Fury. I think Grief would have been better because turn 1, free Thoughtseize is bullshit.
Yeah, free Thoughtseize is definitely terrible.
Because
Unacceptable.
you know what they're gonna do? They're just gonna move from black-red to black-white. Because the white elemental incarnation is Swords to Plowshares. It's free Swords to Plowshares. And while it's not a double striker, it's still gonna serve a similar purpose.
Is it actually Swords to Plowshares, though? Land included.
Swords to Plowshares, life gain.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Path to Exile is the land.
Yeah. Swords to Plowshares, yeah. You gain life. The creature's controller gains life equal to that creature's toughness. Okay. Yeah, here's the Planeswalker. So there's a 5-mana Planeswalker that combo deck that I was telling you about with the new fixed quote unquote Cascade.
Uh-huh.
So it works off of this one Planeswalker, Quintorius Cand. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, Quintorius Cand deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life.
Whenever you cast a spell from the graveyard, 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life?
Not graveyard, exile.
Exile.
From exile.
Okay, well that one's a lot harder to trigger.
Well, guess what Cascade and Discover both do?
Cast shit from exile.
Yeah, you exile the cards and then can cast them from exile as though they, without paying their mana. However, here's how the deck works. You use one of the cheap Discovers to get Quintorius Cand into play using treasure token shenanigans. And then you use Quintorius Cand's Discover to discover a creature that clones Quintorius Cand, who now can use their Discover to go discover into another Discover creature, which can go into another Discover creature, or go into a clone, and at the end you have like 4 clones of this one Planeswalker, with only one of them being legendary, and each one triggers 2 damage each time you discover something, and it's just a rolling death ball of I discover and, by the way, lightning shock you, or shock helix you. It's an interesting strategy I never thought of when I saw the spoilers, but hey, that's why I don't come up with new decks very often. Okay, there's Solitude. Yeah. Alright, Popper. I haven't actually read the article about why they banned Monastery Swiftspear. What are you working with?
Sunflower Land.
Oh, okay.
I need taters for him, okay.
Huh. Most people requested. Most of the people from leagues who actually play Pauper regularly wanted to ban something from Mono Red.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it makes sense. It was the #1 deck in format, even without her. Printing her at common was a stupid decision by whoever made it. It was probably a mistake. She didn't really need to be in Pauper, and I can absolutely see how she became game-breaking as soon as she was. Like,
well, you want to hear something interesting?
Sure.
Its non-mirror win rate is 50.8.
For the deck or for Swiftspear?
For the deck. its games from the best performing list.
Yeah, that is very strange. Like, that's a decent win rate, but for the top deck to be that close to 50-50 is...
Yeah.
I don't get it.
So why ban a card from it? Well, once again, it's polarity. When you look at game 1, mono red does great. It's favored in most matchups, but in games 2 and 3, it changes to unfavored in almost all matchups. Either using any of the 8 blasts, or bring in a ton of life gain cards. They're pretty great. There are plenty of great options against red.
Yeah.
However, that still has a tremendous impact on the form pack. If people are spending 8 sideboard slots on red, that means it becomes harder to fight other decks. It squeezes out other archetypes. We don't want to get to a place where mono red is still a viable deck, but less feast or famine. Or we want to get to a place where mono red is still a viable deck, but less feast or famine. We don't want players feeling forced to dedicate 8 slots to it. Its explosive drops are a little less strong and resilient. It's good and healthy if mono red is a strong deck. If it is bad, it is bad if it's so strong that it warps the format in this way. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly. Like, it was already a strong deck without her. The banning...
All the cards in the deck, new bans, especially the new Goblin Tomb Raider, who's a 1-mana 2/2 haste if you control an artifact. Okay.
That's a solid card. I won't be making that deck, but... Or at least my version, but... It's a solid card.
It's and that's a common.
I figured as much as we're talking common. Or pauper.
That years ago would never have been a common.
Oh, no.
The 2 different Bottle 2 cards. Bottling being our internal design name for this effect, named after Elkin's bottle. Ren's Resolve and Reckless Impulse. Okay. Exile the top 2 cards. You can play them until your next turn. This is what they're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Give the deck a ton of card advantages and long gameplay while letting you cheat on lands. Same goes for Experimental Synthesizer. However, these really want a density of cheaper plays to get the full value. They can be huge in conjunction with Monetary Swift Spear. Everything really kept pointing back to Monetary Swift Spear. It's what kicked off the huge influx of red in the first place, synergizes with Bottle 2 spells, does a good job of dodging 2 toughness removal, and generally makes it the most explosive draws. When your opponent's hand has 2 or 3 Swift Spears, you quickly field behind. So, okay, understandable.
Yeah, she doesn't make the deck so much more reliable. She just gives it the chance to go so much faster.
So there's the next deck they considered was Affinity.
And then I'm guessing that the other one is all that glitters?
That's actually all that glitters.
Affinity is all that glitters?
Affinity is found in a number of decks, but the best performing deck is all the glitters is found in a number of different decks, but the best hitting one is Affinity.
Okay.
Because all that glitters is an artifact or enchantment liker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes a whole lot of sense then.
So you can play it with Boggles and use it as a, what's the thing, Ancestral Mask? No, the one that gives +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. I don't remember what that one's called.
Yeah, I forget off the top of my head too, but I know what card you mean.
Or you can use it as as a cranial plating for an artifact-based deck.
But it's you choose, it's not both, right?
No, it's both. It's and or.
God, how is that not banned?
Oh no.
Because no one's figured out a way to break the concept of playing 20 enchantments and 20 artifacts.
Well, here's the thing about banning that. As long as you're not actually playing Boggles, your creature doesn't have hexproof.
Yeah, what's
So
up?
you still run it.
God damn, time flies. Hey guys.
Hey guys.
So keep going. I'll be hanging out and listening mostly.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. So like, if you put all your enchantments onto one creature, just like in Boggles, if you manage to get rid of hexproof and like just kill the Boggle, I mean you've effectively like 5-for-1 yourself.
Kill the Boggle, then that Umbra comes it back.
You know the funny thing? Can you guess how many cards Boggles actually loses out of its main, like, core?
5.
27.
Basically just Daybreak Cornet. Slippery Boggle, common. Blade Cover Scout, common. Silhana Ledgewalker, common. Hyena Umbra, common. Spider Umbra, common. Snake Umbra, common. It's like, I started going through and I'm like, what in this deck was not a common at some point? Like, Rancor, common.
Peasant deck.
What's up?
I said peasant deck.
Pauper, not peasant.
It wouldn't have surprised me if if the original name for it would have been peasant.
No, honestly, peasant sounds like another format where it's anything that has not been printed above common.
Wait, are you talking about Magic cards being reprinted
Yes.
at different levels of rarities across sets?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't even know they did that.
Yep.
That's
As
fun.
the game gets more powerful, certain cards that used to be rares no longer merit being rares, and so they drop down in rarity if they ever get reprinted.
But they're the people choosing to reprint them.
Yes.
It sounds like a scheme.
Well, Pauper was not a way of playing the game that Wizards of the Coast actually made. It was made by the fan. It was a rule set made by the fans.
I gotcha. Okay.
That Wizards of the Coast was like, you know what? A lot of people like this, and it's not going to take us much effort to get into this, so we'll support it.
Yeah. Adds up. Why are you driving then?
So you want to know what the third deck that was the biggest one is?
Sure.
It's called Terror, and it uses 2 giant sea serpents that have basically affinity for instants and sorceries. Costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard.
All right. Is this stormable?
Most storm is gone. I don't know what terror lists look like. Tolarian Terror is a 7-mana 5/5 that costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery in your grave, and has ward. And then Cryptic Serpent is a 7-mana 6/5 that does not have ward, but also gets cheaper by 1 for each instant and sorcery in your grave.
Yeah, I don't think they're not really good enough for us to want to go more creatures on Storm. And I didn't actually mean like Pauper Storm. I meant my Storm. But no. No, they're not going in.
Yeah, no.
Because even if you could play them for free, so what? It's just a creature. Oh, is it a big ass body? Yeah. Does it matter? No.
If some people didn't know what y'all were talking about, it would sound like you guys are fucking schizophrenic, just so you know.
Well, I am. I'll speak for nobody else, so, whatever.
Fair. Very fair.
They did some talk about unbanning cards, but ultimately decided not to.
Well, they did unban Smuggler's Copter, but I guess...
I meant for Pauper.
Oh, okay. What were they thinking of?
Prophetic Prism is the first one.
Okay.
2 mana, enter the battlefield, draw a card.
Yeah.
They sold and went on to ban?
Yes. They're banned in this format, but they're not. They're still playable in others.
Oh, okay. Have they ever been? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
There are very few cards that are actually banned in all formats.
That was going to be my question. Okay.
Gitaxian Probe. Treasure Cruise.
Get probes allowed in, Vintage?
Are these cards now worth significant amounts of money, or have they lost value?
Fuck no, they're worthless because you can't play them, so nobody wants them.
Okay, so they're not super rare and worthless. They're just worthless.
There's a few cards that are worth a lot of money because they're so restricted and they're rare, but the ones that are actually, complete bans, you can't play them, they're worthless. They are truly worthless.
And
However, those cards, really only the cards that are truly can't play anywhere, those cards were only really printed in their first couple releases.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why they're banned is because they have things to do with gambling.
Wait, is this set 1 or before that?
Huh?
Is this alpha or before that?
Alpha, Beta, Revised all had cards that dealt with gambling. Because the original version of the game used a thing called Ante, where you'd put the top of the top card or two of your deck into a pool, and winner gets to take all cards.
I remember that as a kid, but we didn't do it.
I remember Magic for Ante even after they got rid of Ante because it was like, fuck you, I want to play for Ante. I need more cards.
See, I'm not as much of a degen as you.
You bullshit.
What they ended up realizing is that what they wanted to do was entice people to trade. You lose one of your cards that you liked, entice people to trade amongst each other, trade to get your card back.
Yeah. It wasn't intended to be.
But what it ended up being is that it ended up making the game too much gambling, and legally wise, they got rid of it, and all cards that deal with ante are banned in all formats.
I really wish I could find my old deck. God damn.
Some of the other cards that they thought about bringing back for Pioneer, they looked into and decided no, they're still staying out. And that would be Sinkhole, Hymn to Turok, and High Tide.
Yeah, I don't mind not seeing any of those come back.
Yeah, they're still, even at this point, they're still too powerful.
Was this like a formal Magic the Gathering conference type thing, or?
No, banned and
no,
restricted list changes every 3 months.
Okay.
Yep, and they just have a post about it.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking get probe.
They are talking about there's a particular card that it's from the newest unset that is technically legal in Pauper because they changed how their unsets work.
Oh, really?
Wait, unsets can be playable now?
The most recent one, yes. There's a little symbol. There's a little symbol on the bottom of the card that tells you whether that card can be played in normal formats or not.
Pretty sure I have some from the most recent.
That is a terrible idea.
It is, but it's their idea. So the card is called Blank Goblin or Name Sticker Goblin because the front of its name is meant to be used for a name sticker, and so it's just a blank space.
Okay.
Oh, I have that card.
Yep. It's a 3-mana 2/2, enters the battlefield. You may put a name sticker on it. Add red for each unique vowel on that sticker.
My God, I thought that was a fucking joke.
It was.
It still sounds like a joke, though.
It is. That's what the unsets are. They're fucking jokes.
Yeah, but they're letting it in the game.
But it is
It's still a fucking joke.
Yeah.
In more than one sense per word.
Yeah. However, the cards that are not allowed from unsets in it have a little holographic acorn symbol in the bottom center of the card.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Anyways, they're talking about how that particular goblin card works differently on Magic Online than it does on real paper Magic.
What's their excuse for that?
Huh?
What's their excuse for that?
Limitations on the coding of the engine. For Magic Online. Currently it's not really hasn't been much of an issue. They're gonna keep an eye on it, and if it actually becomes a substantial issue and a disconnect, they're not afraid to ban it.
Okay.
Which honestly, it's unset. It should not be valid for Pauper at all, anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. Like. Yeah, no, fucking no. The whole point of uncards is that they're not fucking legal.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I was a serious Magic player, this would probably bother me.
You know, I think the only reason they did that rules change is to allow people to get those like the basic lands were always playable. And those were the reason why people got unsets.
Yeah.
But now they're printing, like, they have the shock lands in this newest unset. And they look beautiful. And they're playable. And that's probably why. Get more people into the unset just to get these playable, very beautiful, eternally useful lands. To get more money from the unset.
Yep, and then the next one's gonna have fetches, and the ones after that's gonna have fucking something else. I was about to say duels, but thank God for the reserve list. Actually, you know what? No, the next one is gonna have duels. Because Hasbro's in charge now. Hasbro didn't make no reserve list.
So you remember... So the cards we were making last time we were on.
Uh-huh.
So I've made some more cards on that theme. And I'm currently working on the white-blue creature. The one that had the take an extra turn ability.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to tell me what rarity some of these would be, if you don't mind. Okay, so we have 3 mana, 2 creature, 1 white blue, human summon a minion. Whenever you cast a spell that has a card type you haven't cast this turn, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains lifelink until end of turn.
No, I want my turns back.
No, this is a different creature.
Oh, okay.
This is a different creature for that same set.
2 white blues, so he's a 4-mana 2/2?
3.
4-mana
1
2.
white blue.
Oh, 1 white blue. Okay. 3-mana 2/2 with a buff ability that can theoretically be done up to like maybe 2, 3, 4 times per turn, but probably you're getting it once per turn, if that.
Theoretically, I would say you could, if your deck was built around it, you could reliably get it twice per turn.
Yeah. I think that'd be fine, uncommon or even common.
Okay.
I'd probably put it on, based on how much the rest of the set is.
Okay. Next one. That one was called, by the way, Perfection Seeker. So next one. Fairy Servant. 1 mana, 1/1 flyer for blue. Fairy Minion. Whenever Fairy Servant is targeted by a spell or ability, you may pay 3 colorless. If you do, return the spell or permanent to its owner's hand.
Come back with that one?
1 mana, 1/1 flyer. Whenever it's targeted by a spell or ability, you may pay 3 colorless. If you do, return the spell or permanent to its owner's hand.
Okay, so it's not return the creature, it's bounce the spell. So basically it allows you to remand anything that's pointed at me, but it costs 3.
Or boomerang anything if it's a permanent that if it's a permanent on if it's an ability from a permanent.
The way that it's worded, you said return that spell or ability.
No, I said it's return the spell or permanent to its owner's hand.
That's what I heard too.
I don't know that returning the permanent that caused the ability or that has the ability.
There's more words. There's more words I would have to put there to make it to make it actually counter the ability, but that's how it's supposed to work. I'd probably have to reformat the wording.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking of. Like, I get the gist of what you're doing. I just trying to think of the wording for it.
Yeah, I don't think that's particularly powerful. It's a 1 mana, 1/1 flyer, which in blue works fine, and it costs 3 colorless every time you want to try and remand.
Yeah, I mean it's an expensive effect. It's still good, but and it doesn't really deal with the problem. It just sends it back to their hand, which means that they get another crack at it. So I think it's fair. I think common, uncommon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my thought was common. Next up, forced into servitude.
That's generally frowned upon these days.
Yes,
Metal,
it is.
not poetry.
So, enchantment, aura. Blue. Enchant creature. When enforced into servitude enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature is a minion in addition to their other creature types. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. And enchanted creature gains pay 8 colorless, destroy all enchantments attached to this creature.
Okay.
It's not doing anything we haven't seen blue do before.
No, not at all. That 8 colorless is, it's a way out, but it's an expensive one.
It is, and most of the time, the thing about enchantments like that, even when they have outs, like I remember the one in Cons that had a, like, what, a 5 mana out?
Yeah.
Almost no one actually did the out.
No.
The creature was just set aside and maybe used as a sacrifice fodder later.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do with it. Although the thing I also find really good about that is, like, say you hit a creature that does have a couple of enchantments on it and isn't a boggle. Why the fuck are you enchanting not a boggle? But, like, okay, so now that out is also, it becomes a little bit more appealing, or less appealing because, well, now your enchantments on it are gone too.
Yes. I think uncommon.
Yeah, I can go with un.
Alright. The last one I have for that color combo, artifact creature, construct minion, white blue, 3/1 first strike, sacrifice Manor Gatekeeper, remove target creature from combat, and untap it.
Three mana and sack to remove
No.
something from combat?
No. Where'd you get the mana? It's just sack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a 3/1 first striker.
That can remove any creature from combat and untap it, or only any of yours?
Its target. So it's a single-use version of... It's a single use of Maze of Ith, basically.
Yeah.
And as a 2-mana, 3/1 first striker, I mean, it's leaning more into the white side of things with its stat line.
I like it. That's another one I'd probably go un.
Okay.
Or maybe rare.
That lands. Yeah, they are kind of pretty.
Oh, the Shocklands?
Yeah.
The space-themed Shocklands? Yeah, they're very pretty. Alright. The other ones I was doing for, food and sunflowers.
Sounds like my kind of card.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a legendary creature I made. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Either all sunflower artifacts you control are creatures with power equal and toughness equal to the number of sunflowers you control, or create 5 food token artifacts named sunflowers.
I don't know what that means.
They're a made-up token because they don't exist in Magic.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
I mean, there are food tokens in Magic now.
Yeah, but...
And they're basically just a variant of food tokens with an extra ability. But, like, Garden of the Sun is the land I made. I'm debating whether or not it should enter the battlefield tapped or not.
I have no opinions on those questions, for I am not of the level to opine.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you think? It's a green-white... It's a green-white dual. It does not have dual typing, so you can't search for it. It's just a land. It makes a sunflower token when it enters the battlefield, and it taps for green or white. Should it come into battlefield tapped, or is untapped fine?
So it's not typed, so it's not fetchable.
Yep.
And it doesn't have any other restrictions. It's just it's dual with upside.
Yeah, it's tap for green or white, and enters the battlefield, make a sunflower.
Then I think it would, as much as I hate to say it, I think it would have to ETB tap. Like, there's no kind of, I mean, they don't make untyped duels untapped. They make untyped duels that are untapped with a condition to, or that are tapped with a condition to untap. So if you wanted to remove the condition and give it an upside, I feel like that would be too powerful.
Okay. Alright, well I gave it enters the battlefield tapped. Next one. Sun Sower Fairy. One in a white creature fairy. 1/2 flyer. Enters the battlefield or dies. Create a sunflower token.
I like that, and I think it's fine at uncommon. But back to that land, I think you could have it be as like enter the battlefield tapped, create the sunflower token, and then if you have 5 or more sunflower tokens, untap it.
Yeah, I think with the reminder text I have to put with sunflower tokens, because this is the first time that they would have shown up, I think that would make the card too wordy.
Okay.
I think I'll just leave it as enters tapped, makes a sunflower, taps for both colors. We've had worse.
Yeah.
And when you're making these cards, are they only playable in homebrew?
Basically.
Okay.
I mean, they're not even printed. They're just on my computer. There's a program called Magic Set Editor that lets you make the cards pretty easily.
There's also an online template thing that you can input all the card data into super easily to make custom Magic cards.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you could theoretically print them, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, there's a thing in this to let me format them onto a page to just print them out on paper.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. So the next one, Braided Flower Wolf.
Sounds like a mythic.
That definitely sounds like a mythic name, yeah.
I didn't make it a mythic. I don't think it's mythic material. It's a 4-mana artifact creature, Plant Hound. It's a 2/3. When it attacks, put a charge counter on it. When it dies, create sunflowers equal to the number of charge counters on it.
Yeah, that's not mythic, but it's solid.
Very much not. I don't know whether to put that as common or uncommon. I think common, 4 mana for a 2/3 that has to die to get upside. I think that's common enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a common. But it's still a mythic name.
It is.
I need to interrupt for one moment because we have some activity in the chat from someone who's probably already left because they got sick and tired of waiting for an answer. Random question: if you could choose anyone to see get tickled as a prank, who would it be?
What's the name of that user who asked this question?
EMS 19988.
Donald Trump.
Oh, solid answer. You know what? I'm a follow right in those footsteps. Mitch McConnell. I want to see that motherfucker get tickled until he goes the way of a weasel.
You know what? I'm gonna take Donald Trump back because you know what a better one would be? Because I've never seen the man laugh genuinely. Vladimir Putin. And this is not like one of my pro-Ukraine things. This is just like, I would love to see him get tickled. It'd be so fucking weird.
What about you, Ben? It would be weird.
Some hard-hitting journalism we're doing here.
Right?
Fucking A.
Fucking B, it's got more holes.
Woo.
I love pussy.
Rebecca just did this funny little open the door super quick and look in right as you said that. It was hilarious.
No, I heard you. More holes. I'm sure you love more holes.
That's my tagline now. Every time someone says something moderately risque.
Why are you calling Reese gay?
Oh, it sounded kind of risque with the B, like it was borderline.
What does it matter to you whether or not Reese fucks guys?
My point is, in saying I love pussy.
My point is, hello, Buzz King. Welcome, welcome.
We got Buzz King in the chat. Hey, Buzz King. How is your buzz tonight?
Was he buzzing on Crown? Hey!
Better than buzzing on crack.
Yeah. So, Ben, who do you want to see get tickled?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it.
Rick, who would you want to see get tickled in the world of Web 3? I thought the answer was going to come really quickly, but I guess not.
Weird Beard.
Really? I thought you were going to say Aggie. I really did.
No, because I'm not going to say that name on my stream.
Okay, then you could have just said the fucking prick who ruined the game you used to play. And everyone would have known what you were talking about. Who's the person I would love to see? It's not who you think it is. It's that guy.
It's exactly the same. Like, I know that same name for you, and I wouldn't even suggest that you were going to say it because I know better.
Yeah, but actually, it wouldn't be that motherfucker either. Because I've seen him laugh, and it's insincere.
But that's the thing about tickling is it's not an insincere laugh. It's a forced laugh, and not even forced by you, but forced by somebody other than you. Like,
who's doing the tickling in this hypothetical scenario?
That is a fair question that we did not ask before engaging in the debate.
I think it should be a person that is very large.
Freddy Krueger.
Right, but like of the gender that the person does not find attractive, and if they're like bisexual or pansexual, it should just be like a set of people of multiple gender identities.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yes. Well, if it's Edward Scissorhands doing the tickling,
Wolverine.
If it's Wolverine, then let's go with that guy. If it's regular tickling, I would like to see my fellow streamer and friend Quadrell. No, I would like to see Sensei Bullrog get tickled.
I see. That one actually did cross my mind as well, but I don't think I could handle that. As high energy as he is, and no, I don't think I could handle that one.
Was it when he was in the chat? Was it with you or when Steven was on that he was saying like his default state is happiness, must be all the weed?
Sounds familiar.
Oh, he said that, and that's what makes me think like, oh my god, like this would be like a fucking overdose. So I'm like, yeah, let's tickle Sensei Bullrog.
Yeah, I mean, I'm game with it. That it's a good answer.
If it's like a real tickle, not Wolverine. Ben, come on, can you just pick someone to tickle?
No.
Ben, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's something for floor as I was cleaning. I love the harmonica so much.
Why don't you marry it?
That's why. Did you see my Kanban? Ricardo?
Was that?
Your what?
My Kanban.
Kanban?
Oh, fuck it. I'll just put it in our DMs. 1 second. My floor to ceiling planning thing that I made today. Let me drop it in your...
I'm gonna go with no, because I haven't the foggiest fucking clue what you're talking about.
I thought I dropped it to you and Steve. I must have just dropped it to Steve in the... Okay, yeah, I just dropped it to Steve. Oops.
Yeah, usually I'm not important.
You're so dramatic.
No, I'm just honest. I'm not important, I know.
I put it in Whisker Whispers now. It's quite completionist. It's about...
Is it a whiteboard with a bunch of post-it notes on it?
No, there's no whiteboard, dude. That's just painter's tape on my wall.
Oh, the wall, okay.
Because buying a whiteboard of that size would be like $400, and I'm like, no, I can just use painter's tape.
Yeah. The only header that I can read is done. Oh no, I see it to do.
Late to do, in progress, under review, and done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, cool. If it works for you.
It works for Toyota, and they're pretty successful.
Well, yeah, but everyone's got their own system. That's that would probably not work for me.
No, fair. I think the point is that because you're staring at it all day, it's supposed to like hold you accountable. But I guess we'll find out.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I mean, I hope it does work for you. That's what matters. Like,
yep. I've been trying to find one that works for me for a long fucking time. It'd be great if this one did.
Exactly. God damn, how many fucking messages did y'all... Jesus.
What?
Normally I log on and it's like, it tells me like 178 missed messages in Whisker Whispers or whatever whenever y'all have a fucking conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how much I have to go back through.
So I have a new card
Today,
for the
thrill seekers
blue
and
white
thinkers.
for the blue white faction.
Hit me.
Diverse practice. 2 blue instant. Draw a card for each different card type you have cast this turn.
Love it. 2 blue. So 4 mana, but it's instant speed. Which is less important because the likelihood that you cast this on your opponent's, like, outside of your main phase is pretty fucking low. But the ability there is nice.
How much value could Storm could only get this to 3, right? Draw 3. Instant sorcery creature. And that's it.
Yeah.
Lands don't count because you don't cast them, so it'd be instant sorcery creature. And then with your cheapeners, you can make it blue. So 2 mana, draw 3.
Which is still pretty fucking good.
Would that be worth trying to put into the Storm?
Maybe.
Mouse.
What rarity would you put that at?
Probably on.
Okay.
Have you made anything above rare yet, Ben?
Yeah, we started with full cycle of mythics.
Oh, okay. So this is okay. Gotcha.
Yep. Yep. Each mythic had 2 colors, so I have 10 mythic.
Okay, now you're kind of mopping up the uncertain ones at the bottom. Is that kind of what's going on?
I made the mythics to make the theme of what each color does, and now
Okay.
I'm making each color pair.
Yeah. Okay, I totally get it now. Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Like green-white does things with sunflowers and food.
Am I the inspiration for the sunflowers, Ben?
No, but I did tell him that those were going to be your favorite cards.
Probably.
So,
Fairheart should be addicted to sunflower seeds.
No, Fairheart's just a dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ted.
I mean that too. So, I have a removal spell, a board wipe, an equipment, and a creature left. So what do you want to hear first?
Always wipe the board before you play equipment and creatures.
Alright. Mastered Sun Spark. 3 green-white sorcery. Destroy all creatures that are not both green and white, or are food.
Oh, that's funny. I like that
I
card.
think, yeah, I love that. It's very spicy. But I think that wording is going to confuse the hell out of people.
Ben, can you say it again? Because I didn't sound confused, but I didn't feel confused.
Destroy all creatures that are not both green and white, or are food.
Oh god, yeah, that's confusing.
So you have to be a non-food creature that is both green and white in order to survive.
So maybe we should just define. Maybe you should just define the creatures that survive. All creatures.
Or a food creature. Food creatures survive.
Oh, okay. See, that's why that wording, because the way that I was hearing it was, if they are food and they're green and white, they're still destroyed.
No, that's like that would be putting the comma in this all the way up at destroy. Destroy all creatures, comma, that are not both green and white or are food. Whereas I'm putting the comma down at between the word white and or.
I would suggest destroy all non-food creatures.
Yeah.
Unless they are both green and white.
That's my suggestion as well.
And we have precedent for that with destroy all non-human creatures, destroy all non-elf creatures unless they have... Or destroy all non-elf creatures unless their power and toughness are equal.
Wait, what's the color of this card, Ben?
Green and
the
white.
mana.
Green.
Sorry?
Green and white.
Oh, well then, why don't you just say destroy all non-food... Is it destroy all food or non-food?
It'd be
Non-food.
destroy all non-food.
Destroy all non-food that are not, if you don't want to put white and green, that are not the colors of this card.
Because there are cards that let you change the color of this card.
Oh my god! then shouldn't...
Yes.
No, seriously, Ben. Wait, hold on a second here. I'm not a magic expert, but in my game design head, shouldn't those cards change the colors of the cards that this card destroys?
No.
Nope.
They don't
That's
change
not how
the
they
wording on the card, they just change the card. And therefore they change other cards and how they affect that card.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair, Magic hasn't printed those in 25 years. To be fair.
Yeah, also true. But
I'm
and
sure
it's kind of like, you remember how we had that conversation in that game about when I played the god, or no, you were trying to play Clothis, and it was like, okay, so when he is in your hand, he is a creature. When you are casting him, he is not a creature. As soon as he hits the battlefield, he becomes a creature.
I want to play that game. I'm joking, but like that's a ridiculous card.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, I think the destroy all non-food creatures unless they are both white and green.
Wait, unless they are both white and green.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't want the word both.
Yes, he does. Stop interrupting him and let him finish the fucking words.
Wait, they have to be white.
Yes, that's what both means.
Okay, I thought it was supposed to be white or green. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
No. It's a very restricted
Use case.
board wipe.
Yeah. Okay.
Food creatures are relatively rare, and playing only green and white creatures means that like the minimum creature you have is normally going to be 2.
Okay.
So what rarity would you put that at? I'm leaning rare.
I was gonna say rare. I was gonna say rare too.
What was the mana again?
5.
For 5, Yeah, I'd probably keep it rare.
I can't bring myself to put a board wipe at uncommon or common. I just can't. Not unless we do the Ember Shot treatment to it and make it like 9 mana.
I mean, what was Allah's Dust? That was uncommon, right?
No, I think that was also a rare, at least in its first printing. Modern Masters might have bumped it down to uncommon, but I'm not entirely certain on that one. All right, ready for the removal spell?
Yeah.
Feed the Flowers. 2 green instant. Destroy target creature. Its controller creates sunflower artifact food tokens equal to that creature's mana value.
2 green?
Yep, 4 mana.
That's terrible.
Why?
It's green. It's green with destroy target creature. It's supposed to be terrible. Green isn't allowed to get those.
Fair. But no, I mean, even Pongify is like 1 and a green. It's 2 mana to destroy target creature, give them a 3/3.
Yeah, that's a 3/3. And it can be used on your own creatures to upgrade a 1/1 to a 3/3. I was going to make this a common.
Okay, yeah, no, that's... If it's going to be 4 mana to destroy a creature and give its controller upside, then yeah, it's common.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sunflower tokens equal to the power of the creature?
Mana value.
Mana value, okay.
Converted mana color. Mm-hmm. Which means your Hydras, you basically get nothing from it. Maybe 1 or 2.
Depends on the Hydra, my friend. Depends on the Hydra.
True. That is true. Alright, equipment. Sunflower Parasol.
However, I do see you making a deck with that creature in it, or with that card in it, just to try and do some fucking scornful egotist bullshit.
Alright, Sunflower Parasol. Artifact, equipment, food. Green-white. equipped creature gains +0/+2. Whenever a equipped creature takes damage and survives, create a sunflower artifact food token. Pay 2, sacrifice sunflower parasol, gain 3 life. Pay 1, sacrifice sunflower parasol, gain 1 mana of any color. Equip 2.
God damn, that's a lot of fucking text.
It is. Basically, it's a sunflower token that's an equipment, which is why it has that lower part of text.
Did you
Yes,
read? Sorry.
Hmm?
Did you read the? Did you ever read the Munchkin's Guide to Power Gaming?
No, I don't like the game Munchkin.
No, I know. I'm joking. It's just because these cards are so OP.
Also, don't understand how you could possibly not like Munchkin. That game is fucking amazing.
I don't know if it was actually related to Munchkin the game. I think it was just like a fucking satirical D&D book back in the day.
Yeah, I don't think it's related to Munchkin the game either, except in the title, and because of the meme of Munchkins in game.
Yeah, because the entire premise was just to be like a dick in D&D by like making a super OP character.
Okay. No, I've never read that book.
Okay, no, my joke clearly didn't connect. What I was trying to say is these cards sound so OP that they would have to be inspired. Yeah, the joke just didn't land.
Honestly, most of these aren't really overpowered.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're weird, and some of them are weird, and like sunflower tokens are a bit odd, but most of these aren't anything that Magic hasn't already done once before, at least.
Oh, fair enough. You guys would know much better than me.
Yeah, some of them kind of sound like they're overpowered, but when you take a step back and you're like, no, that's powerful, but when you compare it to all of these cards that have actually been made and are more powerful than this, yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me re-go over Sunflower Parasol. It's basically a sunflower token, so it has the things that sunflower tokens do. Sacrifice them for 2. Pay 2 mana and sacrifice, gain 3 life. Pay 1 mana, sacrifice, gain 1 mana of any color. All sunflowers do that. As an equipment, this one is 2 mana to play, 2 mana to equip. The equipped creature gets +0/+2, and when it takes damage and doesn't die, you make a sunflower artifact food token.
Uncommon.
Yeah, I don't think it's powerful enough for rare, but I think it's too wordy and too much value for common.
That was my impression as well.
What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read the powers one more time? I just want to make sure I understood it.
For what? Sunflower tokens?
The card you just read.
Oh, Sunflower Parasol.
Yeah, Sunflower Parasol.
Okay. 2 mana artifact equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Food.
Yep.
Equip cost 2. Equipped creature gets +0/+2. Whenever equipped creature takes damage and survives, create a sunflower food token.
Oh, yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah.
And then it has the abilities that all sunflower food tokens have.
Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm. And then I think the last one is a creature I designed to be common. It is a 6 mana 4/7.
Jesus.
Vizardrix.
Yeah, 6 mana 4/7, 5 and a green to cast. Plant Shaman. Ability is sacrifice a food. Blood Flower Sower gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
What's the rationale for it being a common, if I may ask?
It's expensive and doesn't have a lot of upside.
It can do a lot of fucking damage, though, no?
No.
Yes, but by the time you get to 6, your opponents mostly likely have something to deal with it.
Okay.
Also, 4/7 is not a big creature. 7/4 is a big creature.
4/7. Oh, I take it back. Okay, yeah, 7/4. Okay, yeah.
And it doesn't have a keyword that allows it to hit around creatures very well. So your opponent could basically forever just keep throwing a 1/1 in front of this guy.
This creature sounds like tits on a bull at that mana cost, like, because that would be an early game blocker more than anything else, right?
Not even an early game.
Well,
I mean, it's a good mid game blocker, but
okay.
he's got no abilities that matter in
exactly.
combat.
Okay. No, we're on the same page. Yeah.
I wouldn't say he has no abilities that matter, but like he is not meant to be built into a constructed deck. This type of creature you really only see in drafts, where you're filling out things that might help you close the game late.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And
he's not worthless, but he's not. It's a perfect common beater. That's exactly what it is.
But am I right to say that this would be kind of a card that might only be useful if everyone had kind of poorly constructed decks, or am I completely
That's
off
exactly why he said in limited it's good, because that's what it, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are speaking Magic language. I'm speaking English.
Yeah, typically speaking, in limited formats, you don't have that higher power level, so that is really the only time where commons are actually important, other than, Pauper.
Okay.
Wrong. Common creatures are normally only important in like limited formats in that particular case. There's plenty of common removal spells and draw spells that are super important if you're playing limited.
Yeah, true.
But creatures, you mostly want to go for the stronger, more like powerful creatures in the higher rarities most of the time.
You look like you want a treat. You want a treat? Ben, should I give Rogue a treat from you?
Sure.
Rick, should I give Rogue a treat from you?
No, it's got to be 3 or nothing.
I'll give her an extra. Well, see, these are actually medicated treats that are secretly joint mobility supplements, so she'll just get an extra one for the day.
I like it, because you just said joint.
Okay, so what color combination do you play?
I think his only deck is, you know what word comes next, and it's not the one you want to hear.
I pity the fool.
I don't quite understand.
His only deck is a sliver deck.
Oh, okay.
Is it my only deck or your only deck?
Your only
No,
deck, Kevin.
Oh, you're asking me. I'm sorry. I've historically liked to play black and red. But
okay.
I'll be completely honest with you, and like until I grew up and got these like repacks with all these cards, I was picking from a very limited selection of cards as a child because no money.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Red black is a good aggressive line.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I could build, to be honest with you.
So, you want to hear about the mythic in that color combo?
Oh, I really do, because I love sunflowers. So.
Oh, this one's not the sunflower one. The sunflower one is green-white.
I'd probably play green-white if we were playing with these cards, FYI. But anyway, yeah, please go.
Okay. Well, the black-red one. 4 mana, 3/3 first strike. When it enters the battlefield, choose one of these 2 abilities. Whenever it deals more than 2 damage to a player, you may pay that much life. If you do add that much black mana to your mana pool, it doesn't empty until your end step.
Oh, wow.
Or instants and sorceries with mana value more than 2 you cast during your turn deal 2 damage to any target in addition to their normal effects.
That's a pretty badass card. I like it.
All of the mythics have that when they enter the battlefield, pick an ability that it gains for as long as it's in play.
And how many mana did you say that was again?
4 mana, 3/3 first strike.
That's really not bad.
No, the body's pretty decent. If it was just the body, it wouldn't merit being a mythic. But the extra ability pushes it over the edge, depending on what your deck is doing.
1000%.
The sunflower one is a 5 mana 3/3 with reach. So less impressive body. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. All create 5 artifact food tokens named sunflowers.
Okay.
Or all sunflower artifacts you control are creatures, in addition to their other types, with power and toughness equal to the number of sunflowers you control.
Jeez. So this is an ad. Okay, so I can see how the decks differ in terms of how they're supposed to be played. Okay.
So like this one wants you to play this creature on green, make 5 tokens, and then either bounce her back to your hand or play a new one to turn those 5 sunflowers into 5 5/5s.
That's pretty cool.
Or just play it on a board that's already full of sunflowers, skip making the 5s, and just turn them all into creatures based on what you've already got.
And just out of curiosity, what's the card that's designed to block it?
What's what?
Which card is designed specifically to, like, block it, if there is one?
In Magic, there are a number of cards that would actually stop all of these mythics in their tracks. I haven't made a card in set that would actually shut this one down.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
Yes.
I've only done a couple of cards for like 2 of the colors.
Okay.
And one of the colors that's in this set that would probably be the one I would put this in would be either red-green or red-black. Probably red-black is what I'd put the card that shuts this one down if I was going to put one in.
That sounds pretty logical.
Because, like, enemy colors and whatnot.
Yeah.
The red-green one is pretty cool.
So's the red-green show. Hey!
Hey-o!
Yep. I've watched that one.
Oh,
When they'll find you handy, at least handsome. At least they'll find you handy.
Speaking of Canadiana, though, I think we're getting a massive storm tonight, Meredith said. I'll have to double check, though, because I don't trust her reading of the weather.
That's what I was just going to say, but I'll shut up now.
Yeah. So the red-green one's pretty cool. 6 mana, 3/7 with double strike. You still there, Kevin?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. 6 mana, 3/7 double strike. Enters the battlefield, choose one. Either, whenever a creature you control attacks, you may pay X, where X is that creature's mana cost. If you do, double that creature's power and toughness until end of turn.
Oh, nice.
Or, whenever you search your library for a land, you may search it for an additional basic land and put it into your hand.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. That's very cool.
As a 3/7 double striker, if it's on the field by itself, and you choose red, then you can pay 6 mana to do 12 damage to your opponent.
Jesus.
You're doubling its power, which is 3 to 6, and then double strike means it hits twice.
Yeah, but that's for one turn only, right?
One turn only.
Okay.
And you have to pay 6 mana to buff it.
No, I get that, yeah.
However, all creatures you control while it's in play have that. So your other guys can be like, I play a 2 mana 3/1.
Yeah.
and now it's doubles to, and for 2 mana, I get to throw 12 damage at you if you don't block.
It's a pretty good card design, I have to say.
Yeah, it's very beat your face in.
Yep.
Which is the only thing red and green seem to be able to do in any set.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, to be fair, they don't need to beat your face in. They can, throw shit at you too, be it fireballs or lightning bolts or shit that could have beaten your face in if you didn't have a wall of shitty blockers.
I'd like to make like a postmodern version of Magic where there are crackheads and they throw crack rocks at. No, they have to be fed crack rocks instead of mana. Sorry, I'm just had a moment there. I'm sure Ben is kind of confused by that. Sorry, dude.
That's fine. I'm just going through the cards.
I'm just desperately trying to find the charger for my dog's nail clipper.
You have to find the charger for your dog? Oh, that's right. I heard about that shit.
No, but in all seriousness, though, I have like a Dremel for her nails, and her nails dramatically need to be cut, and I cannot find the fucking thing.
So I've split the 10 legendary mythics into 2 different sets, and I'm only going to focus on set 1.
Okay.
That way, I'm not trying to build
Rome in a day, so to speak?
too many of them at one time.
Yeah. That's a very sensible approach, I'd say.
I'm currently set 1 is all allied colors, and set 2 is all enemy colors.
Wait, say that again?
Set 1 is ally colors, and set 2 is enemy colors.
Oh, yeah, okay, perfect.
Which, I mean, those words don't necessarily exist anymore in anything other than design space.
Makes sense. And I'm
Red and white are enemy colors, yet they work so amazingly well together.
Yeah.
I mean, same is true of blue and green.
Oh, shit, Rove, god damn it.
Same is true of blue and red.
Yeah.
It is an amazing color combination and works very well.
Bitch, I'm knocking over the garbage bag.
Honestly, I would say, taken in aggregate 5 versus 5, I'd take the 5 enemy pairings over the 5 allied pairings 8 days a week and 13 times on Sunday.
Wait, this is the part where you lost me. You take the 5 allied pairings over the 5 enemy pairings.
No, I said the reverse of that.
But what does that mean?
Alright, so pull out one of your magic cards and take a look at the back.
What's that? At the back of it?
Yep.
Okay.
You see the 5 colors? How it's white at the top, white, blue, black, red, green, going around in a circle?
Yeah.
Alright, so white's allied colors are blue and green, the ones that are next to it. White's enemy colors are black and red, the ones on the bottom, all as far away from it as you can go. Same is true of every other color.
So wait, green, red are the enemies of blue?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
It's not like it's not really a gameplay thing. It's a design space thing, but it's also like a deck building thing, and like red and
also
green.
A thematic.
Yeah, it's thematic. Yeah, because like
blue is the color of control and thought. Red is the color of freedom and like impulse. Green is the color of nature, which nature doesn't like being controlled. So red and green are enemies to blue.
I see. Yeah.
And even if you look at it from an elemental nature, fire versus water, water puts out fire. Water versus nature, nature drinks water.
Water can overwhelm nature, though.
It can, but that's
it's not the default state.
Just another part of the. I mean, the entire design of the color pie is ingenious and is a big part of the reason why I feel like Magic became as successful as it did, as quickly as it did, because it's so much more intricate than what a lot of role-playing games have with like a 3-element system, and yet it's not the crazy, insane, way too much information of Pokemon's 486 element system.
No, I totally get where you're coming from with that. That makes a lot of sense, too.
Yeah, and one of the things he was saying earlier about he'd take the enemy color pairings over the allied. The enemy color pairings tend to be able to do things that the allied colors don't get to do.
But when you're making a deck, there is, again, no prohibition on playing enemy colors together, is there?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It used to be that they would never. A long time ago, in early Magic design, there was a decision that they made to not print enemy color land fixing. So, if you wanted to play enemy colors, you had to take the risk of not being able to find those lands that tap for 2 colors because they refused to print them for a while.
Oh,
They eventually broke that and was like, that is dumb, let's let our players play with whatever. But they still, for a while, had a leaning of, these are enemy colors, they don't play well with each other, so their lands are worse than the ally colors. And then they ditched that later and was like, they're all equal, let's just play.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's kind of just game design evolution, basically, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, like that is a fascinating topic too, like that we could do a deep dive on, because there has been a hell of an evolution of the game design within Magic, and there have been a lot of really good steps and a lot of really bad steps, and then Hasbro bought it.
The Magic you talk about is nothing like the Magic I played as a child. I mean, it is, but it's just, crazy.
Yeah, the Magic I talk about is nothing like the Magic I played as a child either, because when I played Magic as a child, there was power on the table, and we didn't know what it meant.
Yep. It's one of the reasons why the Power 9 stuff is actually so expensive. A lot of kids played the game, and just like comic books, kids don't take care of cards.
Kids don't take care of shit.
Not really, no.
And it's not like they were worth a lot back then either. Like, we did not realize how broken Black Lotus was.
Yep. And I mean, it's like, I often attribute, like, the value of cards to kids being fucking idiots.
Part of it, yeah.
Well, yeah, sure, not all of it. But...
You want to hear an interesting number?
Yeah.
69.
Guess how many Black Lotus cards were ever printed?
I honestly couldn't even guess.
Rick, you have a guess?
No. A few thousand.
All in all, it's estimated only 1,100 Black Lotus cards were ever printed.
Wow.
Oh, that is horrendously inaccurate now, though. As of the 30th anniversary pack.
Yeah, true. Those are not tournament legal cards, though. So
I know, but they were printed.
What's prevented the creation of significant numbers of counterfeit versions of the high-end cards, considering there aren't really any security metrics built into them?
There are a couple. basically printing practices back then. If you got an expert, he'd be able to tell the difference. Basically, most of the time. But it's also demand. Black Lotuses showing up is relatively rare nowadays.
Yeah.
So any new ones are going to be looked at with such suspicion that if it's like a mint condition, you're not getting away with putting in a mint condition one. And doing natural wear and tear on a card like that in a quick time is very hard.
But I mean, who's the musician that bought one for like $1 million for close? You guys remember that?
Hello.
No.
Yeah.
Hello.
It was like
What's
a
good,
sudden-
Steve?
Oh, hey, wow! I didn't even fucking hear you. I thought you were an echo.
I can be. I can be an echo of the past.
You're just an ASMR echo. Black Lotus celebrity bought. It was.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
It was Post Malone, 800K on Black Lotus.
Oh,
Is
okay.
there
Hold
nothing-
up. Okay, so that number is Alpha Black Lotus.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds more like it. Yeah.
It's the most. It was in 2022. It was the most expensive sale of a Magic card ever at that point.
I mean, is there anything that man can't do? I've never heard a word of his music in my life, but
Same.
you know.
I mean, I may have seen him live at a festival. I just don't know.
Based on the number of Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited that were printed and sold,
Yeah.
roughly 22,800 Black Lotuses were printed.
Damn.
As of this date, people doing calculations on, wear and tear of the cards, loss of cards over that time, the math turns out that estimates are about 5,000 Black Lotuses still around as of 2012.
What's crazy is
Why hasn't there been a crypto project that's gone and done fundraising to go buy a Black Lotus, then tokenize and hodl it?
You are such a degenerate. That's where your mind went at first.
I love it, honestly. But
I mean,
honestly, I think it's
thinking-
because if someone's buying a Black Lotus, they want to fucking play it.
Yep.
Yeah, but what kind of fucking case would you have to put it in to play it?
Yeah, and who's gonna be like, hey, I want to play Post Malone so he can use my his Black Lotus on me? When was the last time you saw Post Malone at a Wizard store?
So
I've never seen Post Malone.
I don't know if I've ever seen Post Malone. I don't want to lie to y'all. I've been to a lot of music festivals, and most of the time I was really high.
So
No, I
here's
mean,
an
I know who he
interesting
is. I
thing.
know what he looks like. I've seen some of his videos and whatnot, but like in real life, I've never seen Post Malone. So
I just saw a picture of him, and he's blonde.
I haven't seen Kevin and Post Malone in the same place. Coincidence?
You know, I've been mistaken for Action Bronson on several occasions at music festivals.
So
And,
you know how comics can get graded and get like a 1 to 10,
Yeah.
grade?
Yeah.
You can do that with Magic cards too, especially the old ones.
Yeah, I heard that.
Do you know how many perfect graded Lotuses there are?
3.
6.
Oh, wow.
There are only 6
That's
perfect 10 graded Black Lotuses.
and one of them is not a real perfect 10.
How's that?
One of them was sent in to be graded 6 times and got 9.x back the first 5. They just kept sending it back in until it got graded by somebody new and got the 10.
Really bad practice.
That's PSA for you.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And there are a grand total of 0 PSA or BCS perfect 10 Alpha Lotus.
Yeah, all perfect Lotuses I think come from Unlimited.
Yeah, I don't even think there's a perfect 10 beta.
Yes.
I mean, all I know is that when at the comic book shop where I bought my Magic cards as a kid, there was a dude who had a Lotus. And we saw it, and it was in a thick glass case.
Yep.
I wonder where it is today.
If you said
Probably
he's
in
like,
that same case.
Because this dude was an adult. And at that
Yeah.
point, I thought I remember the Black Lotus being worth, and I may be completely wrong here, but like $5,000?
Depends on what edition it was, but yeah, that sounds about right.
This was in like 95, 96, 97, something like that?
Yeah, entirely possible.
Okay.
I've got to jump off. Crystal wants something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Talk to you soon, dude.
As far as the Power 9 goes, I've only ever seen 2 of them.
In real life or like in general?
Yeah. In real life.
Oh, wow.
I've seen, and the 2 I've seen in person were not the good ones.
Time Twister and,
Mox Pearl.
yeah. I have,
Not that any of the Moxes are terrible, but if you had to assign one as being the bad Mox, the
yeah,
white
Pearl
one is
would
the
be
bad
it.
Mox.
Yeah, Pearl would be it, definitely. As recently as... Actually, when I was up there in Colorado, I've actually held a set of all 5 Moxen.
How much would that be worth today?
I could not tell you, because I can't... They weren't, like, all from the same set, and I don't remember which ones were which set, but
Okay.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like 5 figures?
Possibly 5 figures, possibly mid to high 4 figures.
Okay.
Very unlikely
I doubt-
that we'd get to mid 5 figures, but
I
that
doubt
is also
5 figure.
possible. Like,
And how much do you
In order
think you
to get
got for
to-
them?
Oh, they weren't his.
Oh, I see.
no, I said held, as in literally in my hand. Drug dealer was also a Magic player, and hanging out with him, rolling some blunts for him and whatnot, shooting the shit, and he busts out his cards, and yeah, I got to hold a handful of Moxen.
That's fucking weird. Like, not a bad way. A weird thing.
The most expensive card I own is a revised Badlands.
Okay. How much is that worth?
$280.
Wow.
And he
Did you ever
pulled
have-
it.
You what?
I bought a pack of revised off of the internet, and I was like, I know I'm unlikely to get anything good out of this. Like, I'm probably not going to get power because these cards have all been scouted.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to see what I could see what I would get because with old packs, the plastic is semi-transparent, and so you could do this little like shimmying with the cards to actually see what's in the pack before you open it.
Oh, I see.
And so like people would do that. If you buy one of those really really old packs online, just know that someone probably has done that and has taken the highest value cards out of the pool. I did not expect to get anything good out of it.
But can't they only see the top and bottom cards doing the shimmy?
Yeah, the top and the bottom of the card, but the top of the card does get you what the card name is.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to say the front and the back of the bottom and top card in the pack. How many cards are in a revised pack?
Oh no, you can shimmy the cards up and down. So that like you
Without damaging them?
yeah, there's enough space inside the plastic that you can shimmy that you can do like some shimmying of the cards up and down slightly through the plastic if you're careful and like get the name of every card in the pack.
That sucks.
Yeah. So any old packs
Wizards
Ordered
didn't
online?
know what they were doing.
How much did
Yeah,
you
you're
pay for
not-
that revised pack?
$160.
And how many other cards were in it? It was a normal pack?
It was an old pack, 15 cards.
So how many, like, did you ever calculate the value of the pack after opening?
Basically zero, except for that one card.
That's still a W.
It is. I still have the card. It's in my cube box.
Nice. You don't play it, right?
No,
Okay.
no. It's triple sleeved, and it just kind of sits in my cube box.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do too.
Mm-hmm.
I have to wonder how much my signed, I don't know if it's mint condition anymore, my signed Patrick Roy hockey rookie card is worth. If I was to ever have it graded.
Okay, don't grade it.
Oh,
If it's signed, don't grade it because you will never get a high grade because the card is damaged by the signature.
but in hockey cards, there's a thing where you send it in and they grade it and they verify the authenticity of the signature at the same time.
In Magic cards, it doesn't work like that. If the artist of the card signs it, that card is now rated lower because the signature has damaged, quote unquote, damaged the card. And so you'll just get a low grade.
That's really hilarious.
Mhm.
And by low grade, like, we're talking like heavily damaged, right?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
What's the guy's name was?
Sorry?
He
The
was
guy who had
talking
the
about
second-
Patrick Waugh, Ben, the
Patrick
greatest
Waugh.
goalie of all time.
Second greatest goalie of all time. I had to shoot a puck against him when I was a kid.
How in the hell are you gonna say second greatest goalie of all time?
What's his face? Oh, God damn it.
Versus a motherfucker you can't even remember their name?
No, I know. What is his name? Ken. Oh, Dryden. Ken Dryden. I didn't even have to look it up. I couldn't remember his first name. Ken Dryden was better than Patrick Waugh.
Seeing as I've
So what,
never even fucking heard of him, I don't think you're telling the truth.
Ken Dryden was the fucking Canadians goalie during the 70s who won all those Stanley Cups. Ken Dryden, how many cups did he win? He's now a fucking member of the House of... Oh, no, he was a member of the House of Commons. He won...
Well, okay. Retiring from sports and entering the arena of politics immediately disqualifies you from any GOAT title.
It took him a long time to go into politics, and he was only in there for like 2 years, apparently. But he won 6 Stanley Cups, dude. And I saw him in an old-timers tournament. Fuck. He was, like, solid. I'm just saying.
Okay, so what card of his was it you were
I have the upper deck rookie card. That would be what year would
upper
that
deck?
be? Or it might be Pro Set. I have to check.
Well, I went online and I have found a signed 1987 OPC card for him.
Oh, Peachy, yeah, I don't have the Peachy. I have the... Oh, Peachy is like the cheaper brand of cards, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's signed.
Okay.
And it's $373.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
You
no,
must
I'm
have
not saying that for the right buyer and for average pricing and whatnot, that it doesn't add to it for the signature. I'm just saying that in terms of grading, it is considered damaged. And, like, and this is the thing, because for me, as a Magic player, like, I love my signed cards. I love my altars, shit like that. I do my own altars. I paint my cards. I'm all into that shit, and I fucking love it. But one of my favorite things about it is that, like, if you're in all of the alternate communities and shit like that, people understand, the card is worth what the card is worth, and then the art is worth what the art is worth, etc., etc.
Sure.
But sometimes, like, if you're gonna sell your cards to a shop,
Oh.
you're going to get damaged prices on any card that is signed or altered. And because of that, sometimes even online, even within those communities, like, I once bought a $90 card that had a $60 altar on it because it was fucking beautifully done. It was full art, fully painted. I paid $40 for that card.
Yeah, it's all kind of stupid like that.
Yeah. Well, this particular signed card is actually, it's in a PSA case. It's been graded.
And it's only 300. I would have thought it'd be closer to like 2,000 or 3,000, to be honest.
Well, what's the grade?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, they do things a little differently with signatures. For the card, they give it a grade. But if the card has a signature, they don't actually give the card a grade, because instead, they give it an authentication certification that the signature is accurate. Because you're not buying the card, you're buying the signature.
They used to grade the card as well, though.
Yeah, there's no certification. There's no grade on this on this one for the signature. There's a grade on the card next to it that doesn't have a signature.
He might be purposely omitting the grade then.
Let me see if I can see another one that has a signature and a. Oh, there's one. This one's from Beckett.
Yeah. Beckett's another one of the big publishers.
Authentic autograph, grading services. Does not have a grade on the thing either.
Really?
Nope.
Putting Lego back in a box. So my hands were off.
Beckett Grading Services. Cut Patrick Roy. Authentication autograph, and then a big ass number.
Let me ask ChatGPT what it has to say. When grading a signed hockey card, do you grade both the signature and the card, or just the signature?
Hey, that Ken Dryder guy that you just named or whatever, motherfucker's not even on the list of the 5 greatest goaltenders in NHL history.
Bullshit. I don't believe that.
5, Jacques Plante. 4, Terry Sawchuk. 3, Martin Brodeur. 2, Dominic Hasek. 1, Patrick Waugh.
How dare they put Jacques Plante so fucking low relative to those guys? Jacques Plante is the reason hockey masks were invented. He took a puck to the face during the playoffs that broke his face bones and returned to the game after someone made an improvised mask for him in the fucking locker room. To put him in 5th is an insult to hockey. Just saying.
I'm just saying we can hem and haw about the rest of the list. Whatever.
Sure.
Was number 1.
I just can't believe Dryden's not on there, honestly.
But was number 1. That's all that matters. I'm upset that Chris Osgood's not on here. Although that's a personal thing and not an actual statement that he belongs there. Just that I would have liked to see him.
No, I get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
fucking love Chris Osgood.
Yeah, fucking goddamn fucking extended warranty on my laptop ran out before I sent it back. Oopsies.
Okay, so I guess relatively recently they made it, but they changed things how it works. But so this is a PSA, the PSA website.
This is a PSA from PSA.
Or standard PSA grading.
Okay.
The PSA now offer dual grading.
Yeah. So it should be a number between like either 1 in 10 or 1 in 100.
That seems to be a relatively recent change. So, most PSA for older cards are going to either be evaluated for the card as far as mint condition, or evaluated for the signature, not both.
I think that at some point they changed it to go to either or, and then they changed back. Is the impression I'm starting to get?
I think that they're just trying to make more money than they did previously.
Yes. Aren't we all?
Yes.
Oh wait, I got a message here. Oh no, I did not get a message.
I had my phone in my hand when I sat down, and now it's gone off, poof, into the unknown.
Oh, okay.
I think it's gone off to get graded.
Okay, so here's a form that goes through it. It costs more to get the card, both the card and the autograph graded. So most people just prefer to get the autograph authenticated. Thus, the card is labeled as trading card since the card itself is not authenticated.
So what if you got a perfect autograph on a counterfeit card?
It's still an autograph. It'd still be worth something to anyone who wants that autograph.
I still need a bolt that is
And here's a guy who has the times. Yeah, they 2017 to 2018, the PSA did away with the with one way that they did things, and now they only offer the PSA red flip, whatever that means.
yeah. I still need a Rush signed bolt. You had probably forgotten about this page, hadn't you, Ben?
What? What page?
The one I'm showing on the stream?
I like how it's still considered to be a fungal edition.
Okay. It's a bit far from the camera, but I saw your card book open. Oh, your Stormcrows.
My Brandon Lee collection.
Ah.
I gotta make a new wax cloud wallet because I bought that land in Alien Worlds. Y'all gonna mine on it?
I told you absolutely fucking not. I don't know why you're still thinking that that might be a yes.
You can call it only lands.
Oh, there you go.
I sincerely think, I'm being genuine here, that Alien Worlds is going to run with the bull. They're doing a lot of cool stuff with their API, a lot of cool partnerships, and I'm like, people are stupid, so they're going to play Alien Worlds. But my main account is apparently banned from Alien Worlds for automation.
I mean, isn't that the game where it's just click every 10 seconds to do things?
No, with the land I bought, it's more like click every hour and a quarter. Like, this is a land that was selling for, like, tens of thousands, well, like $20,000, like, during the bull.
And yet you didn't sell it.
I didn't own it. I just got it today
No, I know.
for 300.
You bought the bags.
I guess we'll see. I have to maintain the land, apparently.
Or the Council of the Alien Worlds will come and take it.
You do realize there's literally a council for every planet, right?
Oh, I was just talking out of my rear end.
Yeah, and there's literally also an interplanetary council.
So that's like the Tao?
I hope not, but yeah.
The Tao by another name is still a Tao.
Well, you do run for office, theoretically, to get into it. So is it really a DAO if you're running? Probably.
I don't know. I can run them down.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, running hurts. My knees aren't the best.
I'm getting old.
Oh, and Rick, I'm gonna be your twin soon, one day on stream, because I got myself a white linen button-up shirt. So I too can do the Jesus look.
Jesus saves.
Bucketsky recovers. Deeks left, Deeks right, Deeks left, saves, Deeks scores!
What a goal scored by Jesus H. Christ. Rick,
No,
what are your-
dumbass. Gretzky scored. Jesus saved.
Oh, God. You were talking too fast for my dumbass ears.
Yeah.
You're the one that
Jesus-
said
Jesus-
it to begin with.
Yeah, I
Jesus
know,
can only play keeper because he saves.
but I'm not a big Gretzky guy. So I didn't really, like, automatically
Okay,
go there.
if we're playing biblical soccer, who's the striker?
Maradona, obviously, the hand of God.
No. No, I meant a biblical figure.
Maradona for the people who are from there.
A figure that is referenced in the King James Bible, not in the region of Argentina, Spain, or South America, or Brazil, or wherever the fuck he's from.
I feel like Rick is best suited to answer this question, given that he's read the book.
Yeah, I don't know why I just thought that Spain was in South America, because it feels like a very South American country, because I guess because they conquered the whole lot. Okay, never mind. There's my little brain fart for the day.
I'm literally gonna ask my NFT bot this. NFT bitch.
Samson.
I want to create an NFT collection featuring biblical characters as footballers.
I have an input for the striker, Judas.
No, Samson.
Who would be a good striker?
And you know who the umpire would be? The Doubting Thomas.
What would be a good piece, a good verse from scripture to justify it?
Hey, I'm gonna head out. It's a little past midnight over here, so.
Yep, have a good night, Ben. Thanks for hanging.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
No, there's no game
No,
tomorrow.
no game tomorrow.
Oh,
It's the
Okay.
first week.
I might jump on Discord if anyone's on Discord anyways tomorrow, so.
well, I'm starting my 72-hour stream tomorrow, and I thought that you. Okay, I'm confused.
I guess that I'm free in your 72-hour stream.
Good. It's suggesting that David be the striker because of his victory over Goliath. That Moses be a midfielder
No,
because
see,
he's
Davis could not be the striker because David hit the target that he was going at. There was a big motherfucker in front of the goal, and this motherfucker hit him in the head and knocked him out. Well, guess what? That's going to get you a penalty that is not going to get you a point on the board.
okay, but if
I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
Well, I need to.
He's like, controversial argument. I'm walking away.
It's useless to have him respond to my Bible quote if he's not here. So you don't know what the fuck it means.
In that case, it clearly must be Ronaldo.
It's suggesting David is striker, Moses is midfielder.
Are you
Sam-
sure it's not just hallucinating and saying David Beckham instead of David from David and Goliath?
It's really giving me biblical quotes to justify the choices. I think I'm going to make this into an NFT collection. What I could call it like Divine 11.
The 11 disciples.
Oh my god.
And then you
And then
need figures. You need figures from hell, and then they.
Oh my god. Wait. Okay, let's make a starting 11. Let's make a starting 11 with how many subs with 7 subs for Christianity.
Wow, 7? How weak are these soccer
Do
players?
the same for all the other major Abrahamic religions. Oh, we got to maintain respect and sensitivity. Go fuck yourself.
What?
It's okay. So I have one for Christianity, Judaism, and Islam.
What about Hinduism? I bet you Shiva is the goalkeeper
Give me one.
with her many arms.
So for Judaism, the goalkeeper is Noah. The defenders are Moses, Jonah, Joseph, Job, and Job, or whatever his fucking name is. And Ibrahim is the striker. And in Islam,
It's Muhammad in every position.
Muhammad is one of the 3 forwards on the starting 11. For Hinduism, starting 11 substitutes. Starting for the Hindu team, our goalkeeper is Lord Vishnu,
With the 4 arms.
known for his role as a preserver and protector for a goalkeeper's role. In defense, at left back, Lord Hanuman. Center defenders, Goddess Durga and Lord Shiva. And right back, Lord Krishna, representing strength, protection, destruction of evil, and strategic thinking, and so on.
What about Norse mythology?
Norse. Oh my god, this would make an excellent fucking NFT collection.
I'm trying to think of the other. And then you've got the Athenian and Roman cannons to pull from as well.
Then
And the
there's
Celtic ones.
yeah, there's Norse mythology, Wiccan, you said Roman, Greek, we didn't take Buddhist. Buddha's just like, we will not play.
Celtic,
Celtic, you already got, no, I don't.
Maori.
Maori, Canadian, Indigenous,
Native Indian American.
Indian American. My god, Steven, we could do this and get rich.
What are we getting rich off now, motherfucker?
We're creating soccer teams for all of the major religions. Oh shit, we need to do one for the atheists.
Oh yes, yep.
Wait,
Did we get 11 people for the Bible already?
we also got 7 substitutes. So for the Bible,
I think the atheists need to be. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT and see who it comes up with.
oh, let's see if it gives me the same answers.
Starting-
So for our Christianity starting 11, Rick, we have goalkeeper Saint Peter, defenders Samson, Saint Michael, Saint George, and Saint Paul. Midfielders are Moses, King Solomon, Saint Francis of Assisi, and our forwards are David, Mary Magdalene, and Jesus. Substitutes: Saint Luke, John the Baptist, Saint Augustine, Saint Teresa of Avila, Saint Nicholas, Joseph, and Saint Joan of Arc.
Guess who ChatGPT wants the atheism goalkeeper?
There's a
to
lot
be?
of those that are not biblical figures.
Yeah. Guess who's being the atheistic goalkeeper?
Christopher Hitchens.
No, it's Dawkins.
Really, Dawkins? Let's see if it gives me the same output.
Hitchens is centre back. It gave me 2 centre backs actually.
It's giving me a lot of excuses. Goalkeeper, it's telling me to use a symbolic figure, a representation of critical thinking or skepticism. Our defenders are Bertrand Russell, Christopher Hitchens, Madeline Murray O'Hare, Ayan Ali. Midfielders, Richard Dawkins, Sam Harris, Carl Sagan, Susan Jacoby. And our forwards are Daniel Dennett, Friedrich Nietzsche, and Jean-Paul Sartre.
I got a completely different answer.
Yeah, but you also gave it completely different context.
Yeah. Create a soccer team based on notable atheists. Give me a starting 11 for a soccer team made up of notable atheists and why.
But I'm using GPT-4 with a pre-programmed bot. And
Mine was Dawkins as goalkeeper, defenders Ian Hissaral Ali, who I've never heard of.
yeah, I have that one too.
Hitchens,
Yeah.
Salman Rushdie.
I don't have Rushdie's a substitute on my team.
There's two centre backs, Hitchens and Rushdie. And then Dan Dennett,
Don't know.
central midfield Sam Harris.
Yep.
I love this one, defensive midfield Anne Rand.
Oh my god. Have you ever read any Ayn Rand?
Yes.
I'm actually reading Virtue of Selfishness currently.
Attacking midfield Bill Maher.
Bill Maher, like the American comedian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Left forward Ricky Gervais.
Do you mean Ricky Gervais? The comedian? Okay.
Yeah.
Because you just said Gervais confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that's how I pronounce it.
Kind of like how you just pronounced Nietzsche as if he was a frog.
No, I speak fucking German, motherfucker. It's Nietzsche.
Oh, you need a team of philosophers and a team of psychologists as well.
I don't know. In my game...
Because I want to see Nietzsche on the soccer field.
Okay, I'll do a team of philosophers. Starting 11... And
I mean, he already had Nietzsche on the field.
Yeah, but what if he's on the field for two teams? He has to choose, because in international soccer you have to choose which nation you're going to represent. And here the nation is religion. Or philosophy. Oh my god, like, we can have the Dow vote as to whether Jesus is like a Christian player or a
No,
Muslim
definitively not. Definitively not.
Why?
Because he's not Christian.
Jesus.
Jesus is not Christian. Christian, by definition, is Christ-like, meaning you are not fucking Christ. Christ was a Jew.
Okay, but, so, I'm not sure what you're trying to say, but,
The word Christian doesn't even appear in the Bible until 40 days after Jesus was risen from the dead and then ascended to heaven.
really
The word Christian did not exist until after Christ did not.
I that's all good and fine. But what I'm putting to you, Rick, is that in terms of contemporary incarnations of religion, Jesus as a prophet is simultaneously claimed by Christianity, by Islam, and by Judaism.
You're wrong again. Jesus is not claimed as a prophet by Christianity. He is claimed as the Son of God by Christianity.
Okay.
He is claimed as a prophet by Judaism and by Islam. He is not claimed as a prophet by Christianity.
So which of the teams should get him in this game?
None, because he doesn't exist. But no, he would definitively be a Jew. He would definitively be a Jew.
The Romans get him as prisoner.
You do understand that the point of this game is to be as offensive as possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so the Romans get him as prisoner.
Oh my god. The Romans get him as an immobile goalkeeper.
He just stands there blocking like this.
He's just staked on the field.
But the Roman team is stacked with really good central defenders.
No. The Roman defense is just the field of crucifixions.
Guys, you realize this could be like a topic for an episode of Whisker Whispers?
Yeah.
Which again proves my point, I believe, that the best ones would be spontaneous and that we'd have to record them as they emerge. Life is complicated.
And then the Hindu defense can be those Hindu people that hang from hooks.
Oh yeah, and they have tons of arms, don't they?
Yes.
I just strive to be offensive. Like, let's be real. That's my only goal in all of this, is to offend as many people as possible. But I want to offend them all equally.
I don't think the word offend is right. You want to provoke.
Provoke what?
Because you want to be
fatwa?
provocative. You want to be
I wanna provoke
provocative.
Are you saying I want to provoke a fatwa against me?
If you'd like.
I mean, I wouldn't like it, but it's likely to happen if I depict the prophet Muhammad, blessed be his name, as a fucking NFT.
Pizza order.
I think it'll be challenging to get this collection whitelisted. But this fits in with my plans for cancellation.
Yeah,
I'll be back in a sec. Gotta go feed the kitty.
yeah, I'd say that is true. It very well does.
But at the same time, when you're canceled, you become a hero to some.
Meh.
You know who was unjustifiably canceled briefly? Aziz Ansari. Do you remember, like, this chick was like, yeah, I went on a date with him, and, like, I went back to his house, and this is what killed me, too, and she's like, yeah, he was, like, really trying really hard to get me to sleep with him, and I was, like, making out with him, and he, like, kept reaching for, like, to put his hand in my pants, and I kept, like, well, I didn't say no, but, you know, like, I just, like, you know, was telling him no, but he was, like, he really wanted to, and he started taking off his pants, and I was like, no, and then he stopped. I'm like, well, that sounds pretty normal. That's generally how those interactions progress.
Yeah.
Or end. But no, she was trying to fucking cancel him, this bitch was. Oh, do you guys remember the chick on social media who was like an aid worker who was flying to South Africa for like 6 months, and before her flight she posts on Twitter, oh god, I hope I don't get AIDS while I'm there, and then like everyone's tweeting about her while she's in the air.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then she gets fired when she lands. I mean, that was pretty funny in a weird way.
There's one last thing that we should do in this castle before we leave.
I think it's Sharn.
Unlock the gate that leads to the night song, which you get in Act 2. But you have to unlock
Man, how do I get there? Under the desk. My desk is so big.
Correct.
Oh,
Stages for required.
where is the fucking charger?
Yeah, Shadowheart for a lot of people.
I don't find the charger. I have to do her nails with the fucking actual, like, clippy thingy, and neither her nor I enjoy that.
Right.
Yeah. Because it's, like, to the point where she's having a bit of trouble walking.
Goblins.
Like, Rogue is the sweetest dog, but if I have the clippers out, she'll start getting snarly. And I'll start feeling bad, and it just won't end well.
I want to watch this, but I am not going to play it while I'm on stream because I would absolutely get stricken for it.
What is it?
Top 50 saves of all time, NHL Network countdown?
Would you get stricken if you played it without audio?
Probably.
Can we watch it once we go off air?
Maybe. Once I get back inside, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a good share screen kind of thing. Halzer has probably not seen most of them.
Probably. I'd be willing to bet that I haven't.
I could tell you I've probably seen most of them since 88, 89.
I can't even say that because I don't watch much sports. Like, I watch, like, replays and shit like that, or, like, the Sports Center and whatnot sometimes, but, like, and I'll watch games live when I can, but, I mean, as someone who doesn't have cable, or, a TV.
Yeah, I mean, except for the last 2 seasons, I think I've seen pretty much maybe 70 to 80% of all Canadiens games. So I feel like I am in a good position to
Oh yeah, you definitely would have seen a lot more than either of us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially Steve. Because he's fucking Australian.
Yeah, I've probably seen significantly more than him.
Yes.
But I would not be confident going in to say that I've probably seen 15 of them out of 50.
Steven's seen one entire hockey game in his life.
Yeah.
From puck drop to final whistle.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably accurate.
I mean, yeah, it would be highly unlikely that he would have.
And for those in the audience, if there is anyone still out there, thank you so much for hanging out while we go through our, heretical nonsense and talk about stupid games that are dying because of Hasbro and making up cards with our friends and shit. And anyways, thank y'all for hanging out. As always, I've been Rick. You've been on the mountain. It's been a wonderful time. And, maybe these guys will convince me to actually run some D&D tonight. And in that case, we will be on the other channel in about 16 hours? No, 18 hours. 17 and a half hours. And if not, then I will see y'all Sunday night right back here. In the meanwhile, keep kicking ass, because you